Hello, good morning. My name is John Hammond. This is the CryptoMetal Markets Review. Today is Friday, the 30th of October. Just looking at the gold market, we've looked at this, obviously it's broken out of a support that it's been running along for the bull market. I'm just going to draw a Fibonacci retracement here from the low, obviously to the high, just to see where we are. Because we're trending down and forming kind of a channel now. We broke out that channel the other day as we predicted, and it looked like we were falling over. We've got these rising and falling down, falling down, falling down. It fell out. We've got an area of support down here, which for gold is probably around about the 1800 levels, and we're looking at the 50% retracement is actually 1763 from the high. So $1,763 could be an area of strong support. We've got quite a bit of action going on there, so it could be that area, or even the sort of 1800 level. If it doesn't quite touch that, it could wick down there and then bounce, but I think it will probably form some kind of level at that point before it moves forward. Clearly we've got an awful lot of political news coming up which could affect things massively, affect the price of the dollar, the stimulus, depending on the clarity of that, whoever wins, and I'll be talking about what I expect to happen over the next few weeks. I think it's going to be a very volatile time throughout November, probably to the end of November, certainly to the mid-November part. It's looking like, from a technical point of view, we could be looking at some choppy times. So I think precious metals, in this case gold, and we'll go through silver shortly, but they're going to be trending down. May find support here and then bounce off the resistance a few times before we get here, trade sideways before moving up again to new highs, possibly towards the end of the year, but we'll see what transpires with that. Moving on to silver. Okay, very similar story as usual with silver, the more volatile cousin, if you like, of gold. It's broken out of its support on the bull market. We've had a couple of strong sort of down days. It's looking at the 38.2. It's touched through that, and we're kind of nearly at that level again in terms of Fibonacci retracements. There's an area of support here which is pretty strong, going back to before the pandemic sell-off in March. We've got sort of quite a lot of action in that section around the 1800. 1750, 1850, 1900 level, and the 61.8 retracement is around about 1858. So I think the 1850 is a strong area of support, 18 to 1850 for silver. 2074 is the 50%, which we could see some sort of sideways movement before it moves down. But again, taking its lead to some degree from gold, I think it will bottom out at a similar time and then move forward into new highs. So it's a buying opportunity in our opinion, very strong buying opportunity. But that's silver for you. Okay, moving on to Bitcoin, our bullish cryptocurrency. We've had a pretty strong rally, a lot of good fundamental reasons for this, and we've kind of hit a new high, going back from last year's high, and we've had a bit of profit taking from there over the last couple of days. We could drift down basically from this sort of new area. If we look at the trend lines, of 38.2 is at 12,300, that kind of area. 23.6 is 12,900. So there's a bit of support forming around the 12,900, 13,000 level. But I think 15,000, at the top of this trend line, we're in a channel now. I think we could quite quickly get up to the 15,000 level in November, and who knows from there. There's a big gap between 15 and around 20 or 19.6, which was the previous all-time high. I think it could push on quite quickly up there, particularly with some of the news that's coming through with regard to Square and PayPal. So interesting to see how this performs. It's obviously affecting many of the other cryptocurrencies as well, and it's something we're going to be keeping a close eye on. And I'll be reporting on this in a bit more detail in terms of the bigger picture into next year at the weekend at Weekend Wonderings. So that's Bitcoin. Moving on to uranium, this is probably one of the most unloved energy metals for some time. We can see the high in February 11 and pretty much has been smashed to pieces, down well over 90% since that level. We've formed sort of a bottom around 720, and we're around 10 at the moment, but you know it's cost more to get it out of the ground than producers are being paid. That can't last forever. There's some companies that are very exciting at the moment, some excellent levels to get in, and we're looking for our members on the Premier and Partner side to get into some of these shortly. If we look at it a bit more closely, over the last certainly 5 years, we can see kind of a lot of sideways movement. We had the big breakout in the pandemic and it's found support, drifted down of late. But we are looking to move up, I think, depending on what happens in the next few days. But you know, good time to get into the energy metals. Moving on to copper. Copper's been in an extremely bullish movement since the bottom of the market back in March, April time, and a very strong upwards bull trend. It's taken a bit of a breather of late over the last week, down slightly, taking a few profits. But we've got a bit of a trend line forming, heading up. And I think it's going to push on to new highs at this point. There's an awful lot of good news in terms of electric vehicles and looking at some of the other energy metals like lithium, copper, obviously anything that makes up metals that are used within the electric vehicle industry. That's something that is going to be an ongoing story, and it's something we're focused on at CryptoMetal. And our members have got recommendations already in this particular market. So if it's something you're interested in, check us out and join us in terms of the portfolio or for the partner levels. We can give you a lot more information and look at some of the companies that are very exciting and are going to benefit from these long-term bull trends. So that's copper, uranium, silver, gold, and Bitcoin, all looking like they're going a bit south and sideways for a few days and weeks, but the big picture and the long-term story is extremely bullish, and obviously good time to, if you're looking at getting in this market, a good time to be taking positions. So without further ado, I'll wish you all the best, and if you're interested in any more, I'll be doing another video at the Weekend Wonderings, looking in detail at a couple of other interesting areas. So catch up with you later. Cheers. At CryptoMetalResearch.com, we have a number of services to educate and inform you on how to benefit from the financial reset in this massive bull market. We fully expect our portfolio to return multiple double digits in the huge financial reset we're going through. The risks are high, but so are the returns for those with industry connections. We have years of trading experience to support you during your journey. Our services include CryptoMetal Premier, a full done-for-you service for the time poor who see the massive potential of having your assets realigned to benefit from the next big investment boom. We do everything for you so you can sit back, relax and watch your assets appreciate. CryptoMetal Partner, a done-with-you educational service for those who want to be involved and learn how to benefit from this massive opportunity and receive signals of when to get in and out of your positions to maximize your profits. CryptoMetal Portfolio, a do-it-yourself solution so you can learn and apply the portfolio to your investments directly without any support or assistance. CryptoMetal Pulse, a signal service direct to your inbox as and when the market dictates, combining decades of technical analysis trading within your broader crypto metal portfolio. CryptoMetal Personal, a virtual one-to-one for those who want to know more, want to discuss their personal situation and investigate what CryptoMetalResearch.com's investor education can do for you and your financial wealth.